I broke my microphone today, and I smushed the end back together to see if it would help me record a little bit. I'm at the Anacortes Ferry Terminal in Anacortes, Washington. I'm going to go to Friday Harbor and hang out with my boys today for 4th of July. Happy 4th of July. And I was walking down from the huge honking parking lot, way clear up. And I had noticed some deer, and then I got down to the ferry terminal and bought my ticket. I've been waiting to get on my ferry. I was picking a spot to read a book for my YouTube thing that I'm doing right now. And there's like a little bunny, and down the way on the beach, I've seen a blue heron, and there's some really cool seabird life out here right now. It's kind of a little noisy, fresh in the morning. I've been up since like 3:30. I couldn't sleep. And my bag was packed for books, so that's cool. And I picked one that's been hanging out in there called Noticing by Kobi Yamaha. And he's a really cool author. And I have the rule of never pre-reading the books that I read for this. So this one kind of struck a moment in life to like take a pause. Just, you'll see. It's called Noticing by Kobi Yamaha. Illustrated by Elise Hurst. I think they've paired up before. Noticing. It's a beautiful day, isn't it? It seemed as if someone was talking to me. It's okay, I guess, I replied. Just okay? A woman sitting nearby responded. Why? We have the birds, the trees, the sky, the questions, the what-ifs, and the why not. I'd say this is indeed an exceptional day to be alive, don't you think? If you say so, I shrugged. It seemed like an ordinary day to me. Are you a painter? I asked. I like to think of myself as more of a noticer, really. She answered. I just try to make things from what I see. It's my way of appreciating and honoring them. As I looked at her canvas, I couldn't believe what I was seeing. How could someone create something so amazing, I wondered. She was definitely a painter. There's a little dragon on her painting. She looked over to me and asked, when you look up, what do you see? Clouds? You see clouds? That's all? Just clouds? The painter asked, astonished. I think so, I said, uncertain as I scanned the sky. Why? What do you see? Oh, so much, she said excitedly. It's like the whole sky is tempting me to be amazed. I see wild horses running free and upside-down castles. I see whales flying like songbirds and a dragon breathing fire. But it's not only that. I'm filled with butterflies of excitement. It feels like an adventure is unfolding, and I don't want to miss any of it. I stared up, wanting to see what she saw. The more you pause and allow for the extraordinary, the painter explained, the more you find it. And often, what we see depends on what we look for. Take this mountain, for instance, she gestured to the horizon. Maybe Mount Baker. A climber might see a great challenge. A scientist might see a movement of an ancient glacier, and someone else might notice the cool breeze traveling from its snowy peaks. Though we all may look at the same thing, we don't always see it in the same way. This is true for mountains and also for people. When we look at others, we may see their faces or their clothes, she continued. But we are only seeing a tiny piece of who they really are. We often don't notice the important things, like their capacity for love, what they hope for, what they dream for, or who they can become. We can often miss the most beautiful parts of them. I wondered what I wasn't noticing. I wondered what I was missing. What do you see in you? Asked the painter. I looked down at my hands, my clothes, my shoes that were a size too big, so I could grow into them. Just like any other kid, I suppose. But if you're not like anyone else, in fact, there isn't another person exactly like you anywhere, the painter encouraged. And the amazing thing is, there never has been, there never will be ever again. I'm not sure there is anything all that special about me, I said. Oh, but everything is special about you. There really isn't a single thing about you that isn't extraordinary, she shared enthusiastically. You are the rare and unique combination of what was, the bright possibility of what can be. And you know what? So is everyone else. Everyone shines and needs to be seen. Everyone wants to know they matter and that there is a place for them and that they are needed. Sure, some may hide their brilliance, but the light isn't there. Always flickering, and it's a beautiful thing when we can reflect it back to them. Tender thing. I always looked forward to my visits with the painter. I had to admit, as much as I couldn't wait to see her, I also couldn't wait to see what she saw. On one occasion, I went to go find her, and she was sitting peacefully with her eyes shut. What are you doing? I asked shyly, not wanting to interrupt her. Hello, you. She smiled and waved me over. Some days I find that I can notice even more when I close my eyes, she explained. The gentle rustling of my hair, the ideas dancing in my head, the sunshine on my face, and the wonder of being alive. She invited me to close my eyes. What does home look like to you? What does kindness feel like? What does love look like? The painter asked, what does it feel like to have a friend? What does it look like to be one? One of the most important ways we see is with our imagination. So many significant things cannot be seen with your eyes, but they are very real, and it is vital that you look for and believe in them. I was filled with a feeling of calm and appreciation. It was moving and wonderful. I sat there with my eyes closed, picturing the people and the places and things that meant so much to me in my life. She's falling asleep under the tree. One of the best things you can be is interested, the painter shared. When you are interested, you're curious. And when you are curious, you discover things, amazing things about yourself and the world. The miraculous is everywhere and in everything, waiting for us to notice it, waiting for us to appreciate it, waiting for us to love it. It's been years since that day when I first met the painter. I miss her. I wish she were still here so I could tell her what she has meant to me and how she helped me to look at everything differently. But mostly what I wish I could say is Thank you for seeing me. Ferry with head bellies.